How are we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. Arsenal against Manchester United, FA Cup third round. It's one of them fixtures, ain't it? Yeah, listen, for an FA Cup third round tie, we could have done with a lot easier one than this. When you look at Manchester City and Liverpool, with all due respect to who they were playing, yeah, they were able to rest a lot of players and they were able to, get their jobs done and, focus on the midweek Premier League games. And our midweek Premier League game is Spurs. So this is a kind of game where I'd like to have been playing an Accrington Stanley or a Salford, and we could have rested a lot of players. But yeah, we end up getting Manchester United. And listen, last time out against Liverpool, they were very, very good. Before that, for I think it was 4 or 5 games, they were abysmal. But what will be the most interesting thing will be what both managers go with. I think they have to go strong, but at the same time, they do also have to be mindful of what's going on with the Premier League games, especially us playing Spurs at home. It's a huge game. At the end of the day, it's the North London derby. But at the same time, you don't want to go into it on the back of a defeat, or what would be on the back of 2 defeats, out of the FA Cup and effectively out of the Carabao Cup. What you want to do is go into that Spurs game through to the 4th round, good performance, and you can kind of put the Newcastle result to one side. With Manchester United, I see Ruben Amorim's press conference, and he's confirmed that Onana will not actually play in goal. I'm laughing and I'm trying not to be too disrespectful to because he'll end up having like the game of his life. But I've only watched him once before, and it was in the Carabao Cup quarter-final against Spurs, and he was absolutely horrendous. He was just calamitous. And if you watch that game, you will remember it because Spurs scored directly from a corner. And he was moaning that he was impeded and he was just flapping around. And even the first goal, he pushed it out and it was just a poor save. And yeah, Manchester United fans are already fearing the worst in the sense that they're coming to Arsenal and our corners, and you've got him in goal and we're going to stick it right on him. And I think what's very evident about Arsenal is that, our first choice corner takers are Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka. And with Declan Rice missing a few games because of injury and whatnot, and Bukayo Saka out for the foreseeable, everyone was thinking, Arsenal are going to struggle. But we haven't. It just seems very evident that we work very well on our set pieces, and doesn't matter who takes them. They still deliver them just the same. But yeah, listen, it's just going to be a very interesting game, like I said. I would like to see a few changes with Arsenal. I don't think we can make wholesale changes at the back, which is a bit of a shame. I'd love to have rested the likes of Saliba or Gabriel, but for this you're not going to. The forward line is threadbare. It's a difficult one. But with that said, let's go and get into the predicted lineup. Starting off in goal, Neto. I would actually bring him in because if Neto does not play, then it begs the question as to why on earth we brought him in on loan from Bournemouth. Normally, your second choice goalkeeper plays in the cup games. Now, we already made an absolute monumental cock-up in the fact that we signed Neto when he was already cup tied for the Carabao Cup. So he's not been able to play in that competition. He isn't going to play in the Champions League. He isn't going to play in the Premier League unless David Raya gets an injury. So that leaves the FA Cup. Surely we have to see him. And he has to play. Because if he don't, like I said, ask the question. Why did we sign him? What was the point? Right back. Jurriën Timber. We ain't got many other options, to be honest with you. I certainly would rather Timber play than throw in Thomas Partey there with square pegs and round holes. So that's a simple one. Right centre-back, William Saliba. Again, a simple one. Would like him to have a break, but not much we can do. Left centre-back. There is talk, maybe Kiwior. But I just can't see Mikel breaking that centre-back pairing up. So it would be Gabriel. Left back, I feel that it will probably be Calafiori. Seems to be rotating at the moment with Miles Lewis-Skelly. But Calafiori, for me, will start this game. Next up, we will have Declan Rice sitting in the 6. I feel that Thomas Partey will get a break and he will play in the game against Spurs. On the right-hand side, I would go with Raheem Sterling. If he's fit and he's available, play him, man. What's the point in bringing him back for the Carabao Cup game and it's like, oh, he's back early and it's like, we need a goal and we need to do something and don't bring him on. Like, something's not right there. Something's not right. But if he's fit, he's ready. Play him on that right-hand side. It's that simple. Next up, we have Martin Odegaard. Been so off lately. Is it the illness? Is it becoming a father for the first time? The pressures of that, who knows? But he needs to step up his game. Big time. Next to him, we'll have Mikel Moreno. Didn't play last time out. Should be okay. Not a problem. And I would start him. And it's as simple as that. On the left-hand side, I'll go with Martinelli. Needs must. There ain't many other options. And Trossard has been absolutely abysmal. At least Martinelli gives some pace. And with Man United playing 3 at the back, you might be able to exploit that if they actually turn up and try and play out a little bit and be a bit more expansive and not sit, you know, with a stinking low block like they did for that first half in the Premier League game. And then up front as the main striker, I'd probably go with Gabriel Jesus, to be honest. Kai Havertz didn't cover himself in glory. That header wasn't even header, it was a shoulder. But yeah, I'll go with Gabriel Jesus. I think that there's a lot of changes within there, but it's still strong enough. And we do have to be mindful of the fact that we play Spurs on Wednesday. So that's why, yeah, I've gone with that lineup. I think that's strong enough. Manchester United, I think, will make changes too. Doesn't look like Rashford has travelled, so he's not going to be involved. Yeah, I think that's the best we can get. And like I said, with the game on Wednesday, that's a huge game. Huge game. So let's get the job done. Let's knock the holders out of the FA Cup and let's go on a bit of an FA Cup run. It's been a while since I've been to Wembley for a FA Cup. Used to do it all the time, didn't we? But yeah, listen, I think that's strong enough. Let me know in the comment section whether you agree or disagree. So yeah, that's it. I'm looking forward to it. I am and I ain't. It's a weird one at the moment. It's a bit of trepidation going into games and kind of, but your heart always makes you feel like you're ready. Like we go again. So yeah, interesting. But yeah, listen, if you are new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot very soon. I'm out of here.